Today I have my notes, and we're going to talk about how to teach yourself that you matter. One of the things that I want to talk about before we get into this topic is the reminder that I have a Patreon. If you want to see ad-free videos, and then a lot of times I'll put lecture notes, and I have other um, guides, workbooks, things like that. That is there. If you feel called, go ahead and check that out below. But as for now, how to teach yourself that you matter. So this is something I've been thinking about for the past few weeks. And I guess I want to touch on the fact that at this point you probably think that, or you probably figured out that people aren't dependable. People are not capable of handling your best interest. You cannot trust them, and therefore it is hard for you to move through this world because it seems like this world is held by, you guessed it, people. And so it's hard to find a way around that. And people always like had weird things to say about it, like you should learn to trust people, you should put your guard down, da, da, da. But the reality is the base knowledge that you have is they're just simply not dependable. That's what your body's picking up, that's what you know, that's what your experience is. Your experience is not wrong, it is completely right. So here's a few things that I've learned that has helped me, and I hope it'll help you. The first thing to teaching yourself that you matter is you don't actually have to teach yourself that you matter. This is just like a tagline to kind of get you to do the healing work that on the aspect of stuff that you need. It's simply me tagging this part that is hard to describe in words. The main thing that you do is you just start living life as you want it. You start by giving yourself what you want, and it could be little things like, right now I want to go take a walk. I remember when I worked in a job, I just felt so burdened down because I just gotten promoted, and it was something that, even though I had definitely earned it, my former coworkers were not happy that they presumed I was making more money. They presumed I was getting things that they weren't. And so they tried to pick apart any little thing. They were timing, like when I came to work, when I ate lunch, what I was doing at my job or at my desk. They were doing anything to try to find something that I was doing that was wrong. And so you kind of feel like I'm stuck and I can't move because these people are clocking my every move. And one of the things that I learned was start doing what you want. Do you feel to get up and go take a walk? Go take a walk. Go take a lunch, go do what you need to do. And guess what happened? Nothing, except I started losing weight, the thing that I've been trying to do for years. I started having just a better time. I started getting along better with the other, because I'm no longer working with my coworkers. So it's realizing they don't have any power over me. My boss knows who I am. I work directly with my boss all the time. I work with people high up in management. These people don't matter. Just go ahead and move. But you start by giving yourself exactly what you want. Again, it can start with little things. I say little things because that's what you feel like you have control over. So you start with what you feel you have control over. Because at this point, you feel you don't have control over a lot of things if you feel you don't matter, generally. That's generally tied to the feeling of being stuck. So the other thing I want to bring into your awareness is for the things you feel like you cannot control, you start by giving yourself what you want in your thoughts, in your daydreams. Allow your body to play out the scenarios as it will. It will start playing them out, and what will happen is you'll stop them and you'll go, no, that's unrealistic, or no, I need something for right now. You let it play out, and that will give you the feelings that you need to begin moving in the 3D world more appropriately. So you'll start noticing different changes in your attitudes and different things that you'll start to gravitate to when you start allowing your thoughts to come through. The next thing is for things that you feel like you can't control overtly, you give your desires more of a priority in real life. So at this point, you have made what you want at the bottom. And if you watch my other videos, the key is not that I matter more than other people. It's not that other people matter more than me, which is the part you're at. It's that I matter and so do other people. And the tension between the two create the path forward for both of you. So one of the things you do is mentally give your desires more of a priority. So at this point, you probably said, okay, this makes this person feel this way, this makes that person feel this way. So if I can be the barrier between the two, I'll just put my desires to the side and just step up and do it. No, you need to say, this person wants this person wants this, and then I want this. And then you practice at least knowing what you want, because that's part of the thing that's hard for us to do. And then you pause, you sit in it, and then you ask yourself, what is the next best step? And then whatever way forward you will feel good about, that makes you feel excited, that makes you feel good, even if you don't know the outcome, especially because you don't know the outcome, you take that step. The next thing I want to mention is to allow yourself to do the societally wrong thing. This will keep you from being trapped. This will break the trap, because a lot of what society says is flat out wrong, and you will begin to understand that as you move along. So allow yourself, even mentally, to do the societally wrong thing. one more thing. Well, there's two more things. Ask yourself, or ask for the juxtapositions. One example is money without hard work, right? In other words, what I'm trying to say is ask for what you want as you want it, even though it looks impossible. And the last thing I want to mention is start by saying yes to yourself. And I really had to take this practice very, very literally. So especially when things I thought I couldn't control, in my mind, I would just go, yes. Like I'd have a desire pop up. Well, I can't afford that right now. But in my mind, I go, yes. But I can't afford that right now. But I'm still telling myself yes. As you move, you'll start to see things that move out of your way for you, or you'll notice the behavior that you have will move the needle. So whereas before, when you were telling yourself no, you're like, that's it. I'll just have to settle for something else. What you're saying when you're saying yes to yourself is, no, I won't settle for this. I don't know what else can happen, but I won't settle for the thing that's in front of me because I don't want that. But for whatever reason, I feel to go here. So I will go ahead and do that next. All of this is teaching you that you matter. What you'll find is you'll start going by how you feel when you're around people instead of what do they want? What do they need? You'll start going, you make me feel uncomfortable. So I'm going to take this move. And on the other side of that, you'll start going, I want to be here, even though you feel unqualified to be in this environment. I want to be here. So I'll allow myself to start moving towards what I want, which will allow you to get around people who also think that you matter, where you don't have to fight hard for things, where they automatically listen to you, where they see things even greater than you about you. But all of this is teaching yourself that you matter. Teaching yourself that you matter will allow you to be in spaces where other people treat you like you matter, because you will inexplicably be intolerant of being in spaces that treat you like you don't. Until next time.